In the shadowy world of organized crime, power isn't just measured by influence, it's counted in billions. Today, we step into the hidden lives of the most feared figures in modern history, mafia bosses who have turned crime into an empire. Let's unravel the mysteries, secrets, and staggering fortunes of the underworld's elite. Top 03. Matteo Messina Denaro. Matteo Messina Denaro, infamously known as Diabolic, was not just a ruthless Sicilian mafia boss, but also one of the wealthiest criminals in history. Born on April 26, 1962, in Castelvetrano, Sicily, Denaro was raised in the shadow of the mafia, inheriting the criminal mantle from his father, Francesco Don Ciccio Messina Denaro. His trajectory into the mafia's upper echelons was as swift as it was brutal, marked by a bloody legacy of murders, bombings, and extortion. Over decades, Messina Denaro's criminal empire amassed a fortune estimated at 4 billion euros. His wealth stemmed from a vast network of illegal activities, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and extortion. He wielded influence across global criminal enterprises, establishing himself as one of the most powerful mafia figures of his time. Despite being on the run for 30 years, he maintained an extravagant lifestyle, often seen in luxury suits, wearing Rolex watches, and driving expensive cars. His notoriety peaked with heinous crimes, including the 1992 assassination of anti-mafia prosecutor Giovanni Falcone and the shocking torture and murder of an 11-year-old boy. These acts earned him a reputation as a remorseless killer, with Denaro himself allegedly boasting, "I filled a cemetery all by myself." In January 2023, after decades of evading capture, Denaro was arrested while receiving chemotherapy under a false identity. Despite his health deteriorating due to colon cancer, he was held under Italy's strict 41-bis prison regime until his death on September 25, 2023. Matteo Messina Denaro's story is one of unchecked power and opulence, reflecting the dark allure of the mafia. Yet, his legacy remains a chilling reminder of the devastating human cost behind such wealth. Top 02. Viktor Bout. Viktor Bout, often called the Merchant of Death, is one of the most notorious and successful arms dealers in modern history. Born on January 13, 1967, in the Soviet Union, Bout's career as an international arms trafficker earned him global infamy and immense wealth, with an estimated net worth of $50 million. However, the true value of the weapons he smuggled, allegedly worth billions, far surpasses his personal fortune. Bout's rise began in the 1990s after the collapse of the Soviet Union, capitalizing on the vast quantities of surplus weapons from Eastern Europe. Using his fleet of cargo planes and a complex web of companies, he facilitated arms deals in some of the world's most volatile regions, including Africa and the Middle East. His willingness to bypass embargoes and provide arms to anyone who could pay, whether governments, rebel groups, or terrorist organizations, cemented his reputation as a sanctions buster. His high-profile arrest in 2008 was part of a U.S. sting operation in Thailand, where he was accused of conspiring to sell weapons to a U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration informant, posing as a representative of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, convicted in 2011 of conspiracy to kill Americans and supplying anti-aircraft missiles. Bout was sentenced to 25 years in prison. In 2022, after serving 10 years in a U.S. prison, Bout was released in a prisoner exchange for American basketball player Brittany Griner, marking his return to Russia. Soon after, Bout entered politics, joining the Liberal Democratic Party of Russia and winning a seat in the Ulyanovsk Oblast legislature. A shadowy figure embodying global arms trafficking's ruthless and complex nature, Bout's story remains a chilling tale of wealth built on chaos and conflict. Top 01. Dawood Ibrahim. Dawood Ibrahim, the infamous mastermind behind the D Company crime syndicate, is regarded as one of the wealthiest and most powerful criminals in the world. Born on December 26, 1955, in Maharashtra, India, Dawood's rise from humble beginnings to becoming a global crime lord is a story of ambition, ruthlessness, and unchecked power. By the 1970s, Dawood had entrenched himself in Mumbai's underworld, initially working under gangster Karim Lala. However, he soon broke away to form D Company, a criminal empire involved in drug trafficking, extortion, smuggling, and arms dealing. By the 1980s and 1990s, Dawood's syndicate had grown into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Despite fleeing to Dubai in 1986 to evade Indian authorities, his influence over Mumbai's criminal network remained unshaken. Dawood's notoriety reached its peak following the 1993 Bombay bombings, which killed 257 people and injured over 700. As the suspected mastermind, Dawood became India's most wanted fugitive. In 2003, he was designated a global terrorist by both India and the US, with a $25 million bounty placed on his head. He was also linked to Al-Qaeda, further cementing his position as an international threat. Despite Pakistan's repeated denials, multiple reports suggest Dawood has lived in Karachi for decades, residing in luxury. His 36,000-square-foot Clifton mansion boasts a pool, gym, tennis courts, and other extravagant amenities. Known for his lavish lifestyle, Dawood reportedly wore bespoke Savile Row suits, owned a Patek Philippe watch, and drove high-end Mercedes and sports cars. Dawood's net worth was estimated at $6.7 billion, with his empire spanning legitimate and illegitimate businesses across Asia and Europe, a symbol of wealth and terror. Dawood Ibrahim's shadow looms large over global crime. What do you think about these shadowy figures who built empires outside the law? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the darker side of global wealth, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next fascinating story.